Olá, amigos do Degustando Vinhos. Sejam bem-vindos a mais um programa e hoje, mais um programa super especial. Estamos aqui no Château Haut-Bailly e eu vou fazer uma entrevista e degustarei o vinho premium deles aí, o grande vinho da vinícola. Já voltamos com a entrevista. Olá, amigos do Degustando Vinhos. Sejam bem-vindos a mais um programa muito especial. Estamos aqui no Château Haut-Bailly e eu fui recebido aqui pelo Cyprien, que trabalha aqui na vinícola e vai nos contar um pouco da história da vinícola e falar sobre os vinhos que eles produzem. Cyprien, I'm very pleased to be here. Very nice to meet you here, and thank you for spending time with our program. Welcome to our program, and I have only two questions for you. Firstly, tell us about the history of the winery, and after that you can tell us about the wines that you produce here.
Thank you very much. Hello everyone, all Brazilian friends. So I'm Cyprien. I will maybe quickly summarize the history of Château Haut-Bailly. The estate was founded 400 years ago in 1630 by a guy named Firmin Le Bailly, who gave his name to the place. And the other part of the name, Haut, means high, because we're on the top of a hill here. So this is where the name Haut-Bailly comes from. Mm-hmm. Then we had different owners, some of them more important than the other. We had a very important owner here at the end of the 19th century, a guy named Alcide Bello Desminières, mm-hmm. Very complicated French name. And this owner was a very talented winemaker and vintner. He was actually nicknamed the king of the vintners at mm-hmm. that time. And he was also a very talented businessman. And he pushed the quality of the wines as well as the reputation of the chateau extremely high, so high that during almost 50 years, the wines from Haut-Bailly were renowned as one of the best wines in the region, and actually sold at the same price as very famous names such as Latour, Lafite, or Haut-Brion. So that was the first golden age of the estate. Then, due to several reasons, we had a certain decline because of the crisis in the 30s, World War II, and starting from the mid-50s, we started climbing up again the mountain, okay. Improving the quality, and the estate was bought by a Belgian family in the 50s, mm-hmm. Who owned the chateau during almost 45 years. And then sold to a French-American family named the Wilmers family, and they are still the owners since 27 years now. And this family, they are wine lovers. When they bought, they knew perfectly well the glorious history of the estate, and they came with a lot of ambition, but also a lot of resources. And since they acquired the chateau, several investments have been made, and big investments, first in the vineyard, then renovating the chateau, the different constructions, yeah. And finally building the place we are standing at the moment, this yeah. beautiful winery, brand new winery that was achieved in 2020, and that is first perfectly adapted to produce high quality wines, and secondly perfectly adapted to the climate change we are facing here in Bordeaux as everywhere. So that's 400 years of history summarized in 5 minutes or 2 minutes.
No, that is very good.
But yeah, the idea is just to maybe to know that it's a very old estate, mm-hmm. a historical estate, with also maybe two specificities when we talk about the vineyard. The first specificity is that when the estate was founded in 1630, 30 hectares of land mm-hmm. in one piece were bought by the founder, Firmin Le Bailly. And what is quite unique in Bordeaux is that we still own these 30 hectares in one piece all around the chateau, and the big majority of our vineyard is composed with these 30 hectares. And having such an homogeneous land and vineyard ensures high consistency in terms of style and quality to all of the wines produced here. and we are going to discuss it right after. The second specificity is that amongst these 30 hectares of vines, we have 4 hectares of century-old vines, vines that have been planted in at the very early 20th century, 1905. So they are 120 years old now, still alive, still producing, and really they represent the heart and I can say even the soul of our wines, and it's an exceptional patrimony as well as a testimony of the way the wines were made at that time. So we are very proud and happy to have such old vines in our vineyard. A few words about the wines.
Yeah.
So the vineyard I was just mentioning is planted with a majority of Cabernet Sauvignon. We are on the left bank of the Garonne River here, so we have a typical soil of gravels mixed with sand and clay in the subsoil, so the perfect terroir for Cabernet Sauvignon. So our vineyard is planted with 60% Cabernet Sauvignon, 34% Merlot, 3% Petit Verdot, 3% Cabernet Franc. And we produce 3 different wines on this terroir, based really on a selection after vinification. Okay. So all the plots, all the vineyards receive exactly the same work and attention. Then it's picked manually, vinified in separated tanks, and after vinification, we decide whether the wines produced by each plot is going to the blend of the Grand Vin, the second wine, or the third wine. So the Grand Vin is Château Haut-Bailly, is a classified growth from the Grave classification made in 1953. It's of course the jewel of the estate. We have a second label named Haut-Bailly 2. Actually, we were one of the first estates to launch a second label in 1967. At that time, the name of the second wine was Lapard Haut-Bailly. And we have changed the name into Haut-Bailly 2 in 2018. So 2018 is the first vintage with a new name. And the idea of this new name was to reinforce the link between this wine and Château Haut-Bailly, because it's really like the little brother of the Grand Vin, and it's actually more the Merlot expression of our terroir, because in that Haut-Bailly 2 we have a majority of Merlot in the blend, whereas in the Grand Vin we have usually a majority of Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, and to finish with the offer, we have a third label named HB, which is a wine really for immediate pleasure, easily approachable, and that is very often proposed also in restaurants because it's a full pleasure wine that then can be drunk at any time, let's say.
And very, very good. Thank you very much for the history. Tell us about the wines. E agora a gente vai provar o Grand Cru Class deles, Grand Vin, ano 2015. Pode colocar aí?
Let's go.
Let's go.
So we are going to taste this Château Haut-Bailly 2015. So 2015 is one of the very, very famous vintage in the area Pessac-Léognan, and was particularly successful here at Château Haut-Bailly. It's a 60% Cabernet Sauvignon blend with 36% Merlot, 4% Petit Verdot. It's a warm year, 2015, so you will find it in the wine with a certain opulence and richness, but still with a lot of delicacy. Okay?
Okay, let's try. Thank you.
What's nice with this wine is, so it's now 10 years old, so it's showing small notes of evolution, even in the color, also on the nose, in the palate as well. But it's still very, very fresh also, with a lot of fruit. So it has a nice combination of a certain structure and power, small touch of evolution, and a lot of freshness and delicacy as well. And that's typically the kind of style we try to reach year after year. A wine that is a combination of course, a certain structure. We are in Bordeaux, we're in Pessac-Léognan, so we're renowned for making wines with a certain power and structure, but this structure is never aggressive. it's always very gentle, very delicate as well. So this is a nice combination of both.
Yeah. Very good. What could you say about her? This smile, these aromas.
So we have here. So after we have, of course, fruits are still present.
Yeah, of course.
Mostly black fruits in that year, and on top of it we have small touch of evolution. And here we have touch of leather. A bit of cigar, this kind of evolution coming up. Also, that is very classical to great Cabernet Sauvignon and great Pessac Léognan. You have here also a touch of smoke in the wine, like if you were putting your nose in an old chimney, you know, and you have this is typically aromas that come up from a great Cabernet Sauvignon from Pessac Léognan.
In the mouth.
Yeah, the mouth. So, of course, the aromas there are they are present. They stay long.
Yeah.
But also, what is interesting, and that's also something we try to reach, is it's very homogeneous in the tasting. So it's not like you are heated at the beginning and then nothing and everything disappears. But on the contrary, it's very consistent. It's very long. I mean, I still have the aromas in the mouth. It's long. But it's very consistent in the tastings. Here we have a certain volume, of course, and that's the mark of a pretty warm vintage. So there is a certain richness. You have flesh, you have density, but also you have freshness, which was one of the challenges of this year because as I said, it was pretty warm year, and in pretty warm year you can get a certain power, but you can lose the freshness, and it was one of the challenges. And I think we've managed to keep a beautiful freshness in the wines that makes the wines very gentle, so to drink now.
Yeah, for me it's a beautiful wine, and you talk everything that. Perfect about this wine, and very long. The finishes is very long and very good. In the mouth, you can like pepper, small pepper. Like I love it. I love it. This is the style of Bordeaux. They put a little in the mouth like pepper.
Yeah,
I love it.
These spicy notes can come also from the fact that we have a small proportion of Petit Verdot in the blend. Usually the Petit Verdot brings this kind of spicy or pepper notes in the wine. This can be due to this. According to us, that's really the definition of a wine full of elegance and finesse. And this is again the signature of Haut-Bailly, having this combination of power and structure on one hand, but gentleness and delicacy on the other hand.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to thank you very much for spending your time in recording for us. And eu gostaria de agradecer ele muito. E this is a beautiful wine. Congratulations. Um abraço a todos. Peço que vocês curtam o vídeo, se inscrevam no canal. Um abraço a todos e cheers! Santé!
Cheers. Santé, thank you very much. And for our Brazilian friends, please come and visit us. You won't be disappointed. And we will be happy to welcome you there. Obrigado.
Tchau!
Ciao.